midnight on the sea, the band was playing my God, farewell Titanic, farewell. Now they wouldn't let Jack Johnson on board. They said this ship don't haul no coal. Farewell Titanic, farewell. That brings us up to what's happening on the Titanic. She's floating around, hidden out between the icebergs. The Jewish people are partying, they're trading wives and Cadillacs and diamonds. They're drinking booze and having all sorts of party fun. Everybody else is hoisting up landlubbers and battening down hatches. The first mate is hanging over the rail. He's having himself a little smoke. He's digging the iceberg, having himself a little smoke, and it's the captain's time to do his thing. The captain comes on out. Remember I told you about the captain? He knows how to walk like captain, ride like captain, talk like all sorts of captain. He comes on out and he's standing out. His thing right now is that he's got to go out and test the wind, so he casts his nose up into the north wind and he goes... He walks on over to the first mate. He says, "Hey, first mate, what's that you smoking?" He says, "That ain't nothing but a little old cigarette, captain." He says, "I don't believe it. Give me a puff." He says, "All right." So the captain take himself a little puff. Nothing happened right away. He says, "It's all right, it's all right. It's just a cigarette. I'm going for a walk." And that's what it did, folks. He went for a walk. He went out walking around the boat. He went walking toward the wheelhouse. He walked around the wheelhouse once. Around the wheelhouse twice. On the third time around the wheelhouse, the first mate, he looked on over at the captain and he say, "You want another toll, Captain?" And the captain, he say, tell the captain a little bit about the smoke that is smoking. He says, "Now, the idea, Captain, the idea is to get the smoke way down deep inside your tummy and hold it there just as long as you can. It'll make you feel good all inside." So the captain says, "All right." He take himself 3 big tokes off that funny little brown weed. He says, "I'm commencing to hold it in." He walked around the wheelhouse, he went downstairs, he laid down, he got up, he ran in the other room, he sent a radiogram, he came on back in, he took a shower, he come out, he shaved. He laid down, he got up again, he turned on the television, he turned off the radio, he played a game of cribbage, he read a Smash Marvel comic book. He walked in the kitchen, made a cup of tea, made a cup of coffee, sat down, ate a piece of pie, went upstairs, played another game of cribbage, went back in, finished his other Mass Marvel comic book, laid down, he had the television, the radio, the egg beater, the air conditioner, everything's all going at once. He walks up on deck, and this is 52 minutes later, and this cat, he breathed yet. So the first mate see him standing up there on the rail. He's all puffed up like a balloon. He says, "You gotta let it out, Captain." So the captain, he let it all out at once. Falling right down on the wheelhouse floor, he's out cold. Oh, this brings us up to what's happening again, folks. The Titanic, she's sailing around in between the icebergs. Everybody else is having parties. The Jewish people, they're jumping up and down. They're trading wives and Cadillacs and diamonds and drinking booze. Everybody else is hoisting up landlubbers, battening down hatches and doing sail things. The first mate's hanging over the rail. He's having himself a little smoke and digging the icebergs. And the captain's out cold on the wheelhouse floor. Midnight on the sea, the band was playing in my God, farewell Titanic, farewell. Now they wouldn't let Jack Johnson on board. They said this ship don't haul no coal. Farewell Titanic, farewell. All of a sudden, the captain's eyes popped wide wide open and stood right up straight. Grabs a hold of the wheel, looks on out at the bow of that boat, and he say, I'm gonna move you, baby. And it did right on into an iceberg, and she went right on down. Equal midnight on the sea, the band was playing it. My God, farewell, Titanic, farewell. God, he wouldn't let Jack Johnson on board. He said the ship don't haul no coal. Farewell, Titanic, farewell. That's the true story of the Titanic, folks. She went right to the bottom. She took with her all the Jewish people, all the first mates. She took with him the captain. She took with him the landlubbers. She took with him the mass Marvel comic books, the tennis racket, and 497.5 feet of rope. Meanwhile, back on the stateside, old Jack Johnson, why, he's standing up on the pier, he's fishing away, he's got himself a little stick and line, and he gets a tug, he pulls it on up, it's a big, wet, blue, soggy mess, and on the inside on the line, and written in big gold letters, it says, USS Titanic, and stuck right above it was a wet roach. That boy was so happy, he started doing the Eagle Rock up and down that pier like it's going out of style. He's gonna do the Eagle Rock now, everybody in for the Eagle Rock. All right. Oh, it was midnight on the sea. The band was playing near my God. Farewell, Titanic, farewell. God, he wouldn't let Jack Johnson on board. He said the ship's on hollow pole. Farewell, Titanic, farewell. Farewell, Titanic, going down.